Hello to the camera and to the ether. Um, I hope the title is updated well. Uh, Sorry I'm very late. Spent the last, think it's 12 o'clock, right? So, last 2.5 hours just sitting and watching TV. I woke up late this morning, didn't want to go into the office, but went anyways. But I feel like mediocrity is a loop now because at every moment I know that I'm not doing it right, but it only keeps getting worse because I know I'm not doing it right, and that dissatisfaction leads me to seek temporary comfort, and that temporary comfort leads me to, you know, not perform as better because I'm still up. It's 12 a.m. and I'm still up. I should have been in bed by now. Should have. And if I weren't in bed, I should have spent the last 2.5 hours reading something, studying something, getting better. But now I'm stuck in that loop where I'm not spending the time getting any better. If anything, I'm just spending that time getting worse because I'm setting myself up for more failure tomorrow, which is going to trickle down into more seeking temporary comfort. There's a part of me that's very tempted to say, you know what, this is just it. This is how your life is going to be like. But I don't accept that. The moment I accept this average existence as the rest of my life, I don't think I'll have the courage to live anymore. I'll be honest with you. I don't think I'll have the courage to live anymore. I don't think I'll have the. I don't think I can see the promise in that life. Of you know, fucking living for the 2 hours that you get every night and then the weekend. I'm not at all discrediting that lifestyle because I'm sure there are people that are sane enough that it works for. I think I'm just too fucked in the head that it will not work for me. Fuck. See, I can't help but feel guilty about it, but there's no point in feeling guilty about it because I have to pry myself away from the TV. Despite the fact that I knew what I was doing was not in alignment with my goals. But then again, there's the question, am I doing something that's in alignment with my goals, except for perhaps doing this one thing that I've made sure that I do every day? Like, this is perhaps the only routine thing that I've made indisputable in my life, and mashallah, touch wood, fuck, I don't want to risk it. I don't ever want to stop doing this. I feel like a mediocre employee at work because I spend whatever time I get fucking between the work tasks, between focusing on it in the break room or with other my colleagues or with on the fucking phone. I don't like this. I don't want to be like this anymore. See, once again, a part of me is tempted to say, my lack of drive is because I don't particularly, there's a dissatisfaction that I get from my work. There's dissatisfaction that I get from my work, in the sense that I don't feel like I'm fulfilling some kind of purpose. I don't feel like I'm doing anything that somebody else can't do, and I don't feel like I don't feel like I'm growing. I feel like I'm taking the easy way out. But that's the whole point, right? If I know I'm taking the easy way out, then taking more easier ways out is not going to change the thing. And there's also the question of, fuck, I studied something else entirely, and rather I didn't really learn anything for the past 4 years. And now I'm sitting here in an office where I've pretty much used new things that I've learned, but they're not really hard enough that I can feel proud about it. And now I'm stuck in the loop where because of the regrets that I have for the way that I spent my time, I'm finding comforts in fucking passing my time now. And now it's a loop that feeds into itself, and because of the regret I have for the time that I wasted before, I'm wasting more time now. How I don't know how that logic tracks, but somehow that fucking emotional lizard brain does this shit, man. I think I've got to be logical about it. I think I've got to be a little mean to myself, and perhaps not give as much credit to my feelings now. I gotta be like, fuck you. You are waking up at 7 a.m. Does not matter what you feel like it. You are going to the gym at 7 a.m. even if it's not the optimal performance, because you fucking idiot, you fucked it up yourself. And now you're trying to fix it, but don't go back to your fucking fuck up patterns. Like, I kid you not, it is every day. I know it's a hard reality to confront, because I know that the worst enemy that I have in the world is me. And it goes without saying, the best friend I have is also me. Like, I cannot. I am capable of everything, but the moment I do nothing, I know that I'm like fucking wasting my time. Like, even today, to go to the gym, I had to kind of motivate myself, and like, because I haven't set a plan for myself. I could have spent the last 2.5 hours doing some research, setting a plan for myself, but once again, sitting and feeling guilty about it, feeling regret, is not going to change that time. I don't know what to say, man. Fucking tomorrow never comes until it's too late. All of these realizations come only once I've like spent that considerable chunk of my life, or considerable chunk of my time fucking wasting it again. Like, I could have spent the 2.5 hours planning out what I want to do for the rest of my life, or fuck, not planning it out, at least thinking about the next step. I was thinking about maybe going back to college to do masters. I could have looked into that. I could have looked into what I wanted to do, what I want to do rather. Best time was 6 months ago. Second best time is today. Second best time is now. Cool. We will roll with the second best time. We will do it one thing at a time. We will have fuck ups like this. The the important bit is to acknowledge the fuck ups, and learn from them, um, but not to excuse them per se. You can give yourself the room for them, but don't excuse them. Be wary for your fuck ups. Be wary for. It is a hard path to go from doing absolute nothing worthwhile with your life to trying to do something worthwhile, to dedicating your time to actually finding a purpose. And you may fall into the same patterns of questioning meaning, and finding false comforts in equally meaningless things, but realize that it is a long and arduous path to finding any sense of purpose in this life. You've got to cut it off. Whatever little you've kept into your life in with the in the guise of relaxation, you've got to cut it off. And I know that sounds terrible. I know I'm taking away the one comfort that's giving you anything in your life, but you've got to realize that comfort is it's not good, man. It's mothering you. It's not a comfort, it's a curse. You're picking to sleep inside of a prison because it has a feather bed. You're willingly confining yourself to four walls because it just, it's nicer. It feels nicer in the moment. But you know. You know not even deep down, just on the surface, constantly there's this conscious voice. You know that you shouldn't be caging yourself. You should be exploring. You should be pushing. You should be feeling the full experience of life. And that doesn't come from this cage of comfort where we sit and watch TV and movies and live life ephemerally and scroll through reels and think of all of the pretty places that you could have been but never went, and it, it's a bad recipe, man. It's a bad recipe for yourself. It tastes good now because perhaps this is the only food you've had for so long, you've fucking killed your taste buds. You've got to wean yourself off, cut it off for a bit. You've got to cut it off, and then your taste buds will come back. You can actually feel and can feel the pleasure in what real life is, what removed from the digital is. I hope you do that. I hope you keep in mind that you've got to be wary not to fall back on the same patterns. You've you're trying to build something for yourself. It is going to be hard. Expect that it's going to be hard. But because it is hard is what it derives its meaning from. A 30K finisher medal has absolute zero meaning if you didn't actually go through the 30K. Like, I realized when I was going through my photos yesterday that the fondest memory, the most clear memory I have, perhaps this is because also because I'm fucked in the head, but nonetheless, I'm assuming that there are quite a few fucked in the head individuals like myself to whom this information will be useful. But when I was going through photos, I saw this one still of mine from my Ooty Ultra run, where it's me plopped down on the floor, massaging my knees and spraying Volney on it. And that was the most, it sparked a vivid flashback for me, and I was back there again, and for those few milliseconds that I was back there, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Yeah, I think I'm just fucked in the head, so I need the hard to make the good feel good. Yeah, I've been, yeah, I'll charge my camera tonight. Alright. Good night to you, camera into the ether, and I hope you realize that, yes, be kind to yourself, but there's that quote, I really have to look it up. There's kindness without something is something. Love it. Just give me a second. Honesty without kindness is cruelty. Kindness without honesty is manipulation. And think of it this way: if you're kind to yourself without being honest about who you are, without being honest about what you want to be, you're manipulating yourself into believing whatever shit that you are throwing at yourself is the thing that you want. I know that that's a lot of self-determined things, and there will be biases in how you perceive shit and what's good and everything, but think about it. You are effectively manipulating yourself if you're being kind but without being honest about what you're actually trying to do. Anyways, good night to you, Kamran, to the Ether, and Faiz. Bye bye.